Okay, welcome everybody to today's class on adjectives and commas. And before I start adjectives and commas, let's quickly talk about the Oxford comma. And sadly, this causes a lot of confusion. Certainly, it confuses me still today. Now, at the end of this course, I'm going to have a punctuation section, and I'm going to go into the Oxford comma in greater detail because we will analyse the books around us and decide exactly what method the editors are using concerning the Oxford comma, because it does cause a lot of confusion, and let's have a look at why. So if you put a comma before the conjunction in a list of 3 things, that is called the Oxford comma. If you don't put a comma before the conjunction, that in the UK might be considered Cambridge style, okay? Because Cambridge tell us not to put that comma in. Now, do Oxford tell us to put this comma in? Well, yes and no, and this is why it's confusing. I actually thought in the past that Oxford insisted on us, they insisted that we use this comma before the conjunction, and I thought the Americans did as well. But when I read their style guides, well, the Oxford style guide clearly says you don't need this comma there, apart from in situations when it can stop confusion, or when it's necessary, when you need it to stop the sentence meaning something else. Now, quite often when you have a list, it's confusing. These are not the only 2 situations when you might want to use the Oxford comma, but have a look at this. I killed Jack, Peter and Mary. Now, we use a comma for the noun of direct address, yeah? When you're directly addressing someone, like Dave, come over here, or Peter and Mary, I killed Jack, yeah? If you're talking to Peter and Mary and you say, hey, Peter and Mary, I killed Jack, you would need a comma here when you say I killed Jack, Peter and Mary, because you're addressing them. But here is the confusion. Maybe you meant I killed 3 people, Jack, Peter and Mary. And if that's the case, well, then you really do need to put the Oxford comma in, because the Oxford comma makes it very clear that you killed 3 people and that you're not talking to Peter and Mary and saying I killed Jack. Yeah. So that's one reason why you might want to use the Oxford comma. The second reason, to stop this confusion, remember we can use commas for appositives. And so you might look at that list. I invited the strippers JFK and Stalin, and you might conclude that JFK and Stalin are the strippers, because this would be an appositive. This would be strippers being renamed as John F. Kennedy and Stalin.